Do you believe that if we lived on a planet that was totally peaceful, I mean, nobody was fighting, that special interest groups would create problems in order to create war and possibly even terror?
Well, it seems that that is human nature. Unfortunately, we were told there'd be wars and rumors of wars, so it must be ingrained into the human soul in many ways, which bothers me to no end because I don't understand it. It just seems so foolish. I just cannot conceive how our people the people of the world can always be fighting and killing each other and reject the idea. We don't seem to make any progress. I mean, we just keep doing the same thing over and over again and not ever using just common sense.
All right, let's go and take some phone calls. Wildcard line, you're on the air with Congressman Ron Paul. Hi there.
Hello.
And where are you calling from?
Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
All right, take it away.
My name is Kaylin. And Congressman, I'm just so glad to hear that you're still in the running. My yard signs are still there. My bumper stickers are still there. And I'm still passing out your Jimmy card.
Wonderful.
So I'm thrilled. But I got to ask you, is anyone in Congress paying attention as to our public lands that are being sold to private enterprises, like our roads and our highways that are being sold off? Is anybody screaming about that? And the other thing is our real estate. We're the only country in the world that allows 100% foreign ownership in real estate. And now with what's going on as far as the economy and this whole housing crisis that we have in this country, these homes and, our homes are being bought up by foreign interests. And, there's the euro is so strong. We have Europeans coming here, buying up real estate, and we won't have any. I mean, it's going out the back door. Is there any talk at all in Congress about changing the law like other countries of the world?
The idea of them buying up the highways and things like that, there is a lot of talk about that, and there we've made some progress. When they talk about the NAFTA highway and things, there's a large number of us who have talked about it and have at least had token votes, symbolic votes, opposed to it. And there's a great deal of talk about, restraining this right of eminent domain. So many local communities and governments come in and take it, and they take it from a small owner and give it to somebody else where the government thinks it would be better off. Now, dealing with the problem of dollars coming back here at home, that is more complicated and more difficult. The real problem there is that we were privileged as a country to print the reserve currency of the world. So we weren't encouraged to work anymore or save. We were allowed to print money, and because the dollar was assumed to be as good as gold, everybody took it. So all those dollars go overseas. And in many ways, you want people to spend money here because that keeps our businesses going. And it's not so easy to say, well, you can buy a car, but you can't buy a condo. And but the problem you're talking about is very, very serious, but it is a symptom of the monetary system as much as anything else. But there has been talk, and we've had some votes when it comes to vital industries. When they come in and own our ports, I think we had a major vote on that to try to make sure that a foreign government didn't take over our ports. So on some occasions, for national security reasons, yes, I think we have a responsibility, but you don't want to say it's only because they're spending dollars back here, because in many ways that would help us if they would spend more dollars. Our problem is we printed so many, we sent so many overseas, and we had like a free ride for a long time. Now, when these dollars come floating back, what it's doing is giving us the inflation. When the money comes here, it just pushes up prices. It doesn't increase our productivity. We've undermined our system. Our good jobs are overseas now. So we've messed it up, and that's why so many of these problems can go back to the monetary system and the Federal Reserve that has really messed us up.
Let's go to our first-time caller line. Joe, where are you calling from? Hi.
I'm calling from Norwich, Connecticut.
Okay, Joe, go ahead.
Congressman, I just wanted to ask you, first I'd like to say before I ask my question, I have a lot of respect for you. You seem like one of the few politicians that actually will stick to their guns regardless of what anyone thinks. That being said, my question is, how do you feel about the fact that maybe you have a certain section of followers that are so caught up in the ridiculous conspiracy theories such as 9/11 was caused by America or we didn't actually go to the moon, that it tends to detract from your legitimacy? And do you plan on doing anything about it, or have you tried to address that? Or
Well, I can't do a whole lot about it. And I think to some degree what you say is true. But the whole thing is when you defend freedom, you defend your right to think and do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting other people. So I would defend freedom of religion, and there's a lot of silly things that go on in the name of religion. So if you join me because of your religious beliefs and you know that I'm not going to bother you and I'm not going to arrest you for it, yes, you would join and say, yeah, they'll leave me alone. This is one reason why, if you want to talk about true diversity, you have to look at what the kind of people that would support us and that come to our meetings, much more so than all this other talk about diversity and bringing people together. So now I can't control what people think. Now I don't have to endorse what they think. But if you endorse freedom, all of a sudden you bring people together that are quite different, and they will have different views. And I don't make any attempt to try to sort it out. We've gotten 40,000 different people sign up on our web page. There's no way I could monitor it, and I'm really not even going to try. But if somebody comes up and say, "Well, what do you believe?" and if they ask me, "Do you think the towers went down by microwaves from outer space?" I say, "No, I don't believe that." I just tell them what I believe, and that's, to me, what is the most important is I tell people what I believe.